Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Five glorious months of football about to get underway. We're all set, and away we go in a new NFL season. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running this one left. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Ready, go!
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Completed to his running back. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, set!
Looking for a throw here. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Pickup of 2 here. And the Falcons will have a first.
Let's go.
Smith and Jigba going to motion over left. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
He's got it near the 10. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
From the red zone now. And that one's going to hit the turf.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
And now they want to start blessing you with these shit. Come on now.
On the horizon, but a very disappointing way for that to end, as instead they turn it over down near the goal line.
Yeah, I think the word I'd use here, Kate, is bittersweet, because it wasn't all bad. That opening drive still made it right to the edge of the end zone. A lot to build on here, but man, what a painful way for that drive to end.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Into the hands of Pitts. He's going to go out of bounds up past the 15.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. He's going to throw this one. Rolling. Oh, he lost the football. And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down. They're throwing it. He put everything he had into this one. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We got 2nd down. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So 2nd down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's loaded another one up. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Oh, nice adjustment to bring in that tip pass. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Here's the snap on 4th. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
The tip definitely broke up that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
2nd and 10 now. Complete out to the right. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons parlay the interception into points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Return coming from the 6. Trying to reverse it on the kick return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That throw finds Ja'Marr Chase. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Hits him on the out route. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Offense up to the line fast. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He's on the move. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
Play action on 1st down. Left side, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that defense got a little something extra after the pick, and any return is normally a product of good coaching. They drill this all the time on the practice field about becoming a runner, finding the near sideline, your defensive players becoming blockers. And I know it doesn't show up as a ton of return yards on the stat sheet, but boy, every yard's important and critical in the game of football.
He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Ja'Marr Chase touchdown. You're good on the point after. And the Bengals push their lead to 3. Now he's York to kick this one away. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. To throw it on first down. Setting up the running back screen. And they make the tackle at the 38. So the new NFL season officially well underway as we've reached the end of the first quarter. Scoreboard shows 10-7. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready? Reload! Check, hurt!
They give it to him again. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They're now set for 1st and 10.
Here we go, set! Ready?
Working inside the red zone. Finds a man right side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
18 Rattler!
Throwing from the gun here. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Check that, street! Let's go! 19 Tiger! Riggs! Warrior 70! Go!
Now they'll throw out of the gun. On the move, headed right. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And we're all tied up now in the first half. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Has this at the 6. Look at this out of the bag of tricks. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Wilson's got it. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To the air now on 1st and 10. Caught by his back. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. from midfield now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A give now from the gun. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. A.J. Terrell making that stop. Working quickly here. Throwing off the play fake here. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Just something off in the rhythm of the passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll try and throw it here. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. The handoff on 3rd and short. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Across his body, and they make the interception. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. Oh, the ball is loose again. And the Falcons scoop it up. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, kid, that is just an awesome job by the defense. We talk about it all the time. Pursuit and effort, pursuit and effort. Pursue, and they rip the football away, and then the effort for the big return on the fumble sets that offense up in primo position.
They go play action on first. Finds him on the crossing route. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch, just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Man in motion here. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Returning it from the 4. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds his man, Chase. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Quay Walker.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 41. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Stays in the pocket. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Falcons will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Airing it out to start this drive. Chased out to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
2nd and 10 now. Setting up the screen. He's still going at the 30. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Throwing now on 1st down. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Bengals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
From the 17. Dumped off to his running back. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down Bengals.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's 2nd and 7. This one falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 3rd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Hits him on the in route. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Looking to throw again on second down. Escapes the pocket. Pitts brings it in. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for one play. Man, it's going to be a field goal try. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. Pressure coming from the right edge, and they block it!
This block right here, it's a product of preparation, effort, and determination. They attacked the soft spot in the line, and one of them was able to will his way through and get to the kick in time. Well done.
One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty.
Got ready. Set up.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Hits his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
They go play action here. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They are throwing it again. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be touchdown. Brock looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing it again here. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll throw it again. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Broken up by a big guy at the line. And now it's 3rd and short. He's dropping back to throw. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Looking to throw. Getting out to his left. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first. Goal to go. They're passing. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals cut into the lead coming out of halftime. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals make it 17-all. On now is York to kick this one away. On the return, here's Palmer. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Throwing now off play action. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Set. Panther streak. Panther streak. Hut, hut.
They'll run it from the gun. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Throw on third down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series. Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Hey, smash Bronco! Shut up! Third! Unlock line! Unlock line! Shut up!
Hand off to the back. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. Pass play on 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Running it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. They'll throw on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Setting up a throw. Finds his man over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Working quickly here. On 2nd and 7. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings them to 3rd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Buying some time right. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Falcons are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Back to the air on 2nd down. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Falcons with the football. They're leading, but not by a ton. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's go, 19. Ready?
Throwing from the gun here. Throwing deep down the left side. Big gain downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Here's a handoff up the gut. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll throw it. Dump off caught by his back. Running in the red zone. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And they steal it back on the return.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
Come on, set. Ready, Lions. Go.
They go play action on first. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons take a 3-possession lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Here's a reverse. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. Up to the races. Middle of the field. 30. 10. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals get it back to within 2 possessions. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Now a give left side. Across midfield to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And the Falcons will have a 1st. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on 1st down. Connects on the crosser. It's inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Returning it from the 4. They pull out the reverse. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. First throw for the backup now. They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Pass it down close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals cut the lead down to 10. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And the Falcons cover up the kick. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Cut at the 10-yard line. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you'd love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Back now, pressure on its way. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
19 right. Go.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Oh, he got way too much under that one. Too high, that's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. Has some space inside the 15. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals get it back to within 2 possessions. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here's Palmer. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Set.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Bengals have some new life in the 4th. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it's still...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Best defensive ends in the NFL. They don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is 1 quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
He's on the move. And this one does not go far.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the 1st. Back to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked by their rookie out of Florida State. And the Falcons are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
It's a huge pickup on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield.
Touchdown, Atlanta! That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons take a 3-possession lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. This return starts at the 5. A reverse on the opening kickoff. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. And the Falcons have it as he records the 1st interception of his young career. All right, and for those of you keeping score at home, that is the 6th, yes, I said the 6th time they've intercepted it this game.
And I'm glad you repeated that, Kate, really, because I think a lot of people watching might have heard 6th and assumed they were wrong. That is a staggering total for any defense in any single game, and it doesn't come without every member of their defense doing their job. Even the ones without the stats and the interceptions, they've done their part in pressure, they've done their part in coverage, and they've done their part to put together one of the best defensive days I've ever seen.
Looking for the back that time. So that brings up 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Launches one deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
79 Bronco. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. At the 20. He's at the 10. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys, too. But he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines, but for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're